Hello again, Rob Salem here from the Toronto Star, reporting to you from the TCA press tour here in Pasadena. There's a new series starting this week. In fact, if you're watching this on January the 12th, it's debuting tonight. It's called Off the Map. It's the story of a bunch of slightly damaged, if incredibly attractive young doctors who are out in the middle of the rainforest saving lives in an effort to redeem themselves. Although it's set in the South American rainforest, it is in fact shot in Hawaii. And actually on the very same sets and out of the very same production offices so recently vacated by Lost. It's produced by Shonda Rhimes of Grey's Anatomy and Private Practice, and has therefore inevitably been dubbed Grey's Anatomy in the Jungle. Shonda Rhimes herself not all that fond of that description, but it is more than accurate, I think. Not necessarily a bad thing. Now, among its large and, as I said, very attractive ensemble cast are two Canadians, both from Montreal, Caroline de Haverness and Rachelle Lefevre. And I had a chance to talk to Rachelle Lefevre at the ABC party this evening. Actually, you know, if you've been following these reports all along, you may have gotten the impression that I only interview attractive young women. Sadly, that is true. At least it has been so far. And stick with me, ladies. I promise you by the end of the week, I will have some hunky young men to interview as well. But in the meantime, we do have the incredibly attractive and very vivacious Rachelle Lefevre.
Cinema Verite, handheld, moody lighting.
This is a really interesting job for you.
It is.
It encompasses so many different things. First of all, you're wandering around in paradise. That's really going to suck.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. I don't know if you've seen the ocean and the mountains.
Yeah.
Hideous.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Too bad. And of course, the weather is pretty horrible.
You know what's funny is that I went to look at the weather, and you know, on like weather.com or the Weather Channel, whatever, you can get these websites where you look at the annual fluctuation in temperature, and they have these charts that where I'm from, you know, Montreal, basically it goes like this, and then it just drops off, it goes along the bottom, and then pops back up for a second. It's literally like this in Hawaii. It's just 82 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
It's either 79 or 82. You know, it's amazing.
Now, you got to get your hands a little dirty in this thing.
Certainly. I mean, we do get our hands dirty. You know, in the Q&A, Jenna was explaining how there is a hospital in our world. There's a hospital 5 or 6 hours away in a different town, and I guess it's sort of like if you can make it 5 or 6 hours to the hospital, you aren't going to need our care.
Yeah.
So you're dire if you're coming to us. In terms of, like, you know, the tourists who get injured doing their various adventuring accidents and things like that. So there's blood and gore in that sense. But otherwise, a lot of the medicine is actually really nitty-gritty and interesting, and finding the right plant because we're out of medication, or, you know, what old sort of antiquated technique can we employ because we don't have fancy modern technology. You know,
jargon that you have to assimilate.
There is a lot of jargon, yeah.
How do you do that as an actor?
Well, it's funny, we get a pronunciation guide every week that goes with every script, you know, and so we always have people we can ask. There's always a writer, and they always know. Plus, we have the pronunciation guide, which breaks it down. We actually, the thing we laugh about is there are words like that are the most obvious silly words that we clearly should know how to pronounce, and they put them in the pronunciation guide, and so we always feign that we're offended. You know, like, did you really think I didn't know how to say scalpel? You know, and things like that. So there's a lot of joking about the jargon. I think that, you know, one of the things that I think has forced us in a beautiful way to become a family very quickly is that because we're filming on an island, we really are separated from all of our regular friends and family. And so we're our own friends and family now. And that's forced us to be in this kind of bubble where we're like, we only have each other on this island, you know. And the effects of that have been actually really wonderful.
The great irony there is that American actors that come up to Canada to shoot feel that way about shooting in Canada.
Right. They're just getting close to stay warm.
Yeah.
They're just huddling. They're like...